Take two people starting with zero, same empty bank account, no network, and no clear advantages. Check back 5 years later, and one is still trapped in the exact same position, while the other is actively building capital. It is tempting to write that divergence off as luck, but psychology indicates a different reality. The individuals who successfully escape poverty tend to operate through a set of measurable mental patterns. Today, we are taking those patterns and building them into a concrete system. By the end of this video, you will have a personalized wealth mindset action plan. Before we go any further, pause the video, grab a physical pen and a piece of paper, or open a blank digital document. We are doing this because you cannot alter long-term habits by passively listening. The physical act of writing forces these invisible theories out of your head and turns them into a set of rules for your behavior. Step 1 addresses the foundation, your self-image. For many people, long-term poverty eventually stops being a temporary circumstance and becomes a core identity. Look at your paper. Identify and explicitly write down one recurring, pessimistic belief that ties you to your current financial state. It might be, "People like me don't get ahead," or "Investing is for other people." Now take your pen and physically cross that sentence out. Directly underneath it, draft a new growth identity. Write a clean statement focused entirely on acquiring skills and building value. A common psychological trap is waiting for your bank account to grow before you allow your self-image to evolve. Your environment will not change overnight. However, because psychology shows that behavior follows identity, redefining who you are on paper creates the foundation for the actions required to move forward. Step 2 is about the mechanics of delayed gratification. Research consistently identifies this as a primary psychological predictor of long-term wealth generation. When you train yourself to tolerate short-term discomfort, you create an advantage over those who spend their capital to seek immediate relief. On your paper, write down one exact short-term comfort you will sacrifice this week to fund your long-term goals. Do not write down something vague like save money. Specify a precise dollar amount and a highly specific action. The goal is not burnout through total deprivation. Select only one temporary pleasure to cut as a baseline training exercise. By choosing this trade-off, you are converting immediate comfort into the capital required for future options. Step 3 establishes a logical barrier. Decisions made while in a state of emotional reactivity often carry a high financial cost. On your document, write down the emotional pause rule. This is a 24-hour waiting period you must observe before reacting to any financial trigger, setback, or rejection. Successful people still feel fear, embarrassment, or frustration. They simply have a system for managing those responses. The difference lies in the refusal to let those temporary feelings interrupt a long-term strategy. You pause, let the emotion dissipate, and then act on logic. Step 4 requires overriding biological bias. The human brain is naturally wired to prioritize safety and predictable outcomes over growth. However, building wealth from zero requires you to navigate territory where the results are not guaranteed. Write down one specific, calculated risk you will initiate this month where the outcome is unknown. Give this risk concrete parameters. This could be requesting a raise, applying for a role that requires new skills, or starting a side project. Acting before certainty exists transitions you from an observer to a participant in the market. Look at the paper in front of you. You now have a 4-step action plan covering identity, trade-offs, a pause rule, and a scheduled risk. You have transitioned from wishing for an improvement in your finances to holding a concrete psychological operating system. There is a final principle to apply. Ignore the appearance of success and focus entirely on building actual value. Skills produce the value that creates opportunities, which in turn leads to capital. Mastering this mental loop provides the mechanical basis for long-term growth.